listening to the Deep Purple Podcast, a fan podcast devoted to one of the greatest bands in rock history, Deep Purple. Your hosts, Nate and John, cover their shared history with the band, discover new music together, and cover the farthest reaches of the Deep Purple family tree and beyond. Here's Nate and John now.
Welcome to the Deep Purple Podcast, a fan podcast devoted to one of the greatest bands in rock history, Deep Purple. Today's episode is episode 366, Blackmore's Night Fires at Midnight, Part 2. And coming to you from the suburbs of Chicago, where I'm preparing for my next K-pop concert, I'm your host, Nathan Beaudry.
And coming to you from the suburbs of Providence, I'm your co-host, John, pan flute with a questionable credit rating, Matola.
Wow, that's hard to top. And coming to you from the future home of the FIFA soccer tournament or football tournament for all our European listeners, I'm Rich, Narcolepsy Shaler.
Uh-oh.
And coming to you from the wet, dry lands of Tulsa, Oklahoma, this is Scott Eye Curvature Haskin.
Eye curvature.
I had to get new glasses. And
I noticed.
Yeah.
Thank you. I don't know if that's good or not.
I like them.
I got the prescription and got the glasses, and the right eye was incredibly blurry. The left eye was just a little blurry. So I go back to the eye doctor, and he says, he remeasures everything, and he goes, well, the prescription's right. It must be the lens curvature. And I thought, I've never had that be an issue before, but maybe. So I go back to where I get the glasses. They bend the frames and straighten them, and it actually started solving the problem. So I had to get new frames that were straight across instead of curved.
Oh,
Weirdest thing I've ever experienced.
That's why you get the
Makes
kind of
sense,
like
though.
retro
It does.
look to the glasses.
Mm-hmm. And I like these better because they cover like a wider field of vision, which is nice.
Yes.
And they're not progressive, so I won't get sick when I'm flying and ruin my experience at a concert or two
Ah.
at a drive across the states.
Phenomenal.
That's a plus.
Rich, have you been recently diagnosed with narcolepsy?
No, but after today, I might be. I don't know. Hey, I'm sure you guys have had days like that where, I mean, I was traveling, obviously, and I got back yesterday right into Easter and no real break or anything, just hit the ground running. And today, all day, while I'm trying to work on stuff, I'm doing the, dropping the phone in the middle of an email. Like, I couldn't keep my eyes open. I finally about an hour and a half ago, I'm just like, you know what? I'm just going to take a nap because I may as well, because that's all I've done all day is doze off. So been an entire day of naps.
Ah, good for you.
No,
good.
they were unsatisfying naps. It was the fighting the naps all day. Had I just surrendered and gone up to bed and been like, screw it, I'll wake up when it's time to do the podcast.
Did you wake up with no idea where you were and what was going on, and your head felt really thick because you're sleeping at odd times?
No. You know what? And that's, normally I realize that's what happens to me, but years of sleeping an hour at a time, 2 hours at a time, I'm extremely used to it. So but I will say this, when I laid down for the official nap, I had set my alarm and I woke up 2 minutes later. I'm like, well, screw it. Maybe I'm not that tired. And oh no, I already slept. The alarm's about to go off. So.
There's a great song by Ben Folds 5 called Narcolepsy. You might like that. That might be a song for you.
I like Ben Folds 5.
Yeah, they're great. One of my favorites, actually. I took a monster nap for Easter yesterday. It was great. So, John, I'm trying to see if there's a way to do a poll here in our chat, but I can't figure it out. You know what? Maybe I'll just do it on text. I know you can do a poll in text, right? So what do we think? Can you repeat your name again?
Well, first of all, I think it's funny. We're talking about all the things that you get with Zoom when you get the subscription, but you can't do a friggin' poll.
You could do a raising of hands.
Well, that's true. Pan flute with a questionable credit rating.
All right, so I'm submitting the poll to our chat. Is it
okay.
AI or JI?
There we go. Is that? Let me see.
Guys,
do I vote?
I guess it would just be the three of us.
Where is it in the chat?
It's gonna throw
It's
out the
I'm sorry,
curve
it's in the it's in our text chat, not in the because there's
cool.
probably a way to do it in Zoom, but
I didn't know you could do that.
I did.
Cool.
I'm waiting to see how John votes.
What was it again, John?
Pan flute with a questionable credit rating. No, I shouldn't vote because I'm the one that, it's my.
Well, you can vote now on ours. We don't have to tell everybody on the podcast, but at least we'll know.
Does it show who voted what?
So far, well, I guess it does when everybody votes. We get so far it's unanimous. I guess
mine has little pictures next to it.
Yeah. It's a unanimous. It's a unanimous for AI.
JI.
Damn. I almost went the other way.
See, the thing is, unlike AI, JI is smart enough to start making up weird nicknames that sound like AI.
Yeah, I've learned AI's patterns and I've come up with my own crappy nicknames.
Well, see, the pan flute had me thinking it was JI.
Yeah.
Because I've heard you make those references before, but I'm like, why would he out himself as having questionable credit? So I went the other way.
I don't think he's outing himself. I think he's just.
Oh no, he is. He is. He may not be consciously doing it, but he is. Explains why he still owes me for the concert tickets.
I have
alligator arms, Matola.
You know what?
He bought me dinner. The last time we went out, he bought me dinner. Just so I'd stop calling him alligator arms.
That's why he can't afford the. That's why he can't afford the concert tickets.
I tell you
folks,
at your next double bill show, he'll be your windscreen guy.
All right, fair enough.
Well, folks, the Deep Purple podcast, as you may or may not know, is 100% listener supported and ad free. So if you receive some value from our show, consider giving us some value back. Consider buying John some concert tickets. Deep Purple's coming around, so you can support our show by donating on Patreon or on PayPal for as little as $1 a month. A bunch of other options also available in our show notes at deeppurplepodcast.com. As a benefit for becoming a patron, you get access to our patrons-only Discord channel, our ratings spreadsheet, invites for our live stream episodes, links to submissions for our album rankings episodes, and access to our Too Hot for YouTube forbidden episodes via Patreon. We had our last episode, Stormbringer Rankings, was just banned in St. Pierre and Miquelon, which is probably about, I don't know, a combined total of about 15,000 people on the planet. Probably 0 subscribers. But if you are an unfortunate fan on one of those Canadian islands, let us know. Or if you're in Belarus or Russia, and we'll put up a special link for you so that you can watch the video episodes. Speaking of our patrons, do I have the right show notes open? Let's see. No, I don't. So I'll have to get those open. But while I'm getting those open, I will thank our first level of patrons, which is, of course, our executive level at the In Memoriam tier, the wonderful late Gerald, Jerry, Kelly, and family. At the $25 Uncommon Man tier, we have Ovis Nakvi, whose book I have right here. Check it out. At the 20 is Plenty tier, we have Alan. At the Good Doctor tier, the 10-pound Good Doctor tier, we have Dr. Mike Catan. At the Turn It Up to $11 tier, Clay Wambacher, Frank Thielgard, Mortensen, Mickelstein, Will Porter, PhD PP, and Michael, don't call him Bradford Bagford. At the $10 Someone Came tier, Ryan M., Jeff Bryce, Victor Campos, Better Call Saul Evans. And Peter from Illinois. And at the 8-pound lesser-known patrons tier, Mr. Robert Smith. And last, but certainly not least, the Deep Thoughts by John Matola tier, Mr. Fielding Fowler.
And now, Deep Thoughts by John Matola.
He combines both of our names.
What?
Feelings on fire tonight.
Such a long pause. And of course, the Deep Purple Podcast Hall of Fame, we have
Rich, Young,
Shaylor.
Joining us, of course, as a co-host today, we also have Jörg Planer and Mr. Norman Weichelbaum, who was on our live stream last episode. Then, last but not least, coming up, Deep Purple, Come Taste the Band, patron rankings needed by August 1st. So make sure to rank the episode. We've already got some rankings spilling in. So if you want to join us on that episode and have your rankings known, please make sure to check patreon.com for details. All right, folks. So where were we? Where did we leave off last episode, or last Blackmore's Night episode, I should say?
Before we get into the music, for those of you watching on Channel 18, I actually have the vinyl. These are really nice. I like that black smoky effect in there. Really cool picking red. I thought that was a good color because it's a darker red and not a bright red. I think
that's very cool.
Really look good. Yeah.
It's actually made with blood of former Blackmore's Night members.
Or former Rainbow members.
They were ground up. You know how when like Kiss put their like drops of their blood
in the comic book
in the ink? Well, that's just 100% blood on the vinyl. There wasn't diluted at all.
There is a liquid,
they just stamped them out of the members.
There is a liquid-filled Jaws soundtrack record, but I've heard that they don't play that well because the
water's sloshing around.
You would think that when it's spinning, the centrifugal force would just push the water out to the edge and it would be balanced, right? But apparently it doesn't, and they also dry up and they get like really icky unless you fill them.
You have to is there like a little nozzle you can unscrew to fill it back up?
Some of them have that, yeah. And it's a weird thing. I like the idea of it, but I don't know. They just don't seem like that good of an idea.
No, doesn't sound like the greatest idea of all time, but
especially if you got to keep getting blood from people.
Oh, brother. Where is my other? Is this it? This must be it. Okay, here's my show notes. Great. Oh, all right. So yeah, where the heck did we leave off?
Is the storm the next one?
Storm is the next one. The storm is the next one. Hanging Tree was the last one where John was horrified because the tree was telling the story.
Oh God. I forgot.
Well, I mean, there is a strong history. The one I was never a big Rush fan, and I don't dislike them. I like the hits or whatever, but I'm not a deep follower. And I was driving around.
Are you talking about the Trees?
And I listened to the lyrics to the Trees for the very first time. I'm like, oh yeah, are you kidding me? This is a song about the birches hating the maples and the maples. I mean,
I remember years ago we had Rock Band. And that song was on it. Was it Rock Band or Guitar Hero? One of those two. And yeah, I remember that it's like, and the mighty maple yelled at the spruce, and it's all this stuff. You're like, what the hell is going on here? There's also that song. I can't remember which song it is, but it's all about like a song about how his friend's gay, and he's basically just patting himself on the back for the entire song about how he's like, my friend's gay, but I treat him just the same. I'm so amazing. Can't remember what the name of that song is.
That's about trees. That's about trees too.
No trees in that song, but there's like a song is like, we go to a party, and I'm like, it's just, I mean, maybe in the 70s it hit a little different, but now it's just like, all right, okay, buddy, like I get it, your friend's gay, that's awesome that you're really nice to him, but like you wrote a whole song bragging about it. It's like the original humble brag, I guess. There
is a song by Uriah Heep called "The Hanging Tree."
There is. I looked. There seem to be quite a few hanging tree. I always thought it was like a hanging tree, like the Hanging Gardens, but it's much more gruesome than that.
Like a weeping willow. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, anyway, the next track up is The Storm, and I don't know about you guys, but I say we just get right into it. Here we go.
Five stars. Sorry.
Can only lose stars from here.
True.
That's some impressive playing. Now, this one they redid with Rainbow, like when they did that reformed Rainbow. They put this out, like, I would say 7 years ago.
There were a couple of tunes they did like that, and this is where the history just gets really confusing between what is actually by what band, because it's really the same people, just with a different singer and slightly different style.
Great recording on the guitar. You really feel like you're in the room with him while he's playing.
Yeah, the production on their albums is... I haven't had any complaints with that.
Man, other than the electronic drums.
Each in quiet surrender while the other rains the sky. The midnight hour begins to laugh a summer evening's epitaph. The winds are getting crazy as the storm begins to rise. As the storm begins to
I like that we hear the breaths in there like David Coverdale.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Took an interesting turn.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
I love this build.
Sounds like it's a mixture of synth strings and real strings.
Yeah. Is it me or are the drums really quiet?
They are.
They are. I think that's Zoom.
It sounds like it on my end, too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there are some songs like this one that you can imagine Dio singing it.
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
And you can
like
see why
they were saying is they went back and redid this with Ronnie Romero singing it, and I mean, it was okay, but it's honestly, this is the superior version, in my opinion. Sings it much better than he does.
You can see why they'd want to do a rock Rainbow version of this. Definitely lends itself well.
It could use Cozy Powell on drums, though.
Yeah.
Or Bobby Rondinelli's hair.
But then what again? What couldn't?
True.
Yeah, like a really good punchy kick on this would be nice. Like, this should be hitting me in the chest.
This one is just called Storm in all like the booklet and everything, but there's like a lot of references online to it being called The Storm, so I don't know if it matters.
Like in rock and Deep Purple in rock.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's classic Richie run right there.
Yeah, I would love to see what like a Rainbow Rising Cozy would do with this song.
Yeah, it does have that same kind of tempo, but it's very like, I don't know, the drums are so mixed in. It's almost feels kind of tepid.
Yeah.
You know, if it were a little punchier, like, I mean, this is still pretty good. But I think it's just the levels and the production are kind of not helping it out, you know?
I'm so glad that happened right after I said I don't have any complaints about the production.
Had.
Begins to rise.
Almost sounded like April, the end of diminished arpeggios. All right. There you have it. The Storm. Gentlemen. Who
or
wants
just
to
Storm.
Or Storm, yeah, Storm. Who wants to go first?
I'll go.
All right.
5.
Wow.
5.
High five.
I thought
so. Honestly, it's probably my favorite Blackmore's Night song. That and Spanish Nights is up there too, but love this song. Never skip it. Seek it out. Put it on playlists. I just think it. I mean, I like when they stick closer to the Renaissance stuff, the true Renaissance stuff too. But there's just something about this one that works for me. Don't know. What can I say?
Nice.
She sounds good singing it. I love his playing on it. Like you guys said, it has that. Oh, that could easily be a Rainbow song, or oh, that's leans towards April. I'm sure that's why I like it. But catchy, and I think she sings it really well, especially when it goes into that bridge and she goes up. I don't want to say an octave because it's not a full octave, but when she goes up, she keeps the power in her voice. So excellent.
Awesome. Scott?
Yeah, I'm going to have to give this a 5. This is, I agree with you, Rich. I really like when they stick to the Renaissance, but I also like this. I feel like this is where Richie is his happiest, where he gets to be active and innovative and interesting, but also a little bit rock and roll and a little bit old music. I agree. I thought the vocals were great. It didn't feel like that cookie cutter type. Every line has to sound like this that we get in some of the other songs. So I think that was a little more interesting. This and the opener are just two fantastic songs. And yeah, I can't say enough great about this one.
All right. Scott. I mean,
yes.
I mean, John.
No,
Scott, go again.
Hey, left. Now we want to hear from Left's channel, Scott.
That was so good. We want to hear you. Yeah, we want to hear it again.
If it's The Storm, it's 4.5. If it's just Storm, it's 5.
There you go.
Yeah. Okay. So I won't be a party pooper on this one. I'll give it a 4.
All right.
I thought it was really good. It's like really. I agree with everybody. I think what really does it for me is Richie's playing throughout. Is just really really great. And I know it's Scott used the word. I think it was Scott. You said innovative. Mm-hmm. And it calls back to some classic things that you heard Richie involved in, stuff from early Deep Purple or Rainbow, or it's kind of reminiscent of some of that stuff. And you could hear it as a heavy song, but on its own, it's really good. I just wouldn't give it a little higher just because I felt that it was a little, like I was saying during the song, it could have been like a little punchier, a little beefed up, maybe more drums, something like that. But I thought that it had the energy and it had great playing by Richie, and it was, that wasn't buried. So, I think that was a standout for the song.
I am going to give this one a 4 as well. I really liked it. Great performances all around, great energy. It's a barn burner, as we mentioned on our last episode. It's besides minor quibbles with maybe the drums being a little louder and stuff. Just a really, really great song. Totally see why they did it when they tried to resurrect Rainbow there. It's a really, really good track. Good track. Probably one of my favorite Blackmore's Night tracks. But hey, we have a lot more Blackmore's Night to go, and at the rate of one album per year, John, we've got like at least a decade left.
Oof. My goodness.
But
episode number 987.
Might be around that long.
Yeah, see if we can make it.
One thing I've noticed is that I I tend to like a song that has a long evolving riff as opposed to just a short, like you look at, Paranoid, for example, is just a really short riff. And I tend to really enjoy things that are a little bit longer and evolving. And one of the best examples I can think of is Andrew Bird Can Sing by the Beatles. Really long riff. It evolves quite a bit, it doesn't end anywhere near where it starts. I like that about this song. I like that it really has a whole path that it goes down every time it repeats.
Yeah, and it's and I like that I think we talked about this on the last episode too. Like, I'm not as much of a fan of the Renaissance stuff when it's really happy. I think it sounds just kind of sappy, but when it's something like this, not that it necessarily has to be heavy or have the speed of this. I just really like this kind of music when it's a little bit more dark sounding and not when it's like, dancing.
Happy Renaissance.
Dancing.
Maypole music.
Yeah, exactly. Dancing around the maypole. That's exactly what I think of. I think of the big long things doing their weird maypole dance.
Yeah, Richie didn't want to do shoeshine music, so he's doing maypole music instead.
I don't like that maypole music.
Damn maypole music. And we've got one coming up a little later on in this episode that I think fits that so perfectly.
Excellent. All right, well, here we go. Next track up is called oh, wait, you know what? I didn't even go over the notes for this song. My apologies. Yeah. Oh, I don't really have anything. But she did say in the liner notes, for Storm, the clouds grow dark, lightning splits the sky, and the wind surrounds you. It is as if you could close your eyes and be swept away by the intensity of the storm. This song allows it to happen. I agree. So we are...
by Whitesnake's Wings on the Storm.
Yes, there we go. We are in spring here. The flowers are blooming, but the next song is called Midwinter's Night. The little blurb on this is borrowed from a provincial French carol from the 1600s. A cold winter's night in a small French farming town. A bed of straw and the church bells won't stop ringing. Sleep does not come easily. And Mr. Mr. Merlin Rota, where is he?
Hey.
Mr. Merlin Rota.
Hey.
Says this is a traditional, the song it's based on is Mère le Campagno. This traditional song dates from around the 16th century and the Occitan language, which is now endangered. Broadly speaking, it is about the bells ringing on a midwinter's night, keeping the narrator awake. It has been recorded in recent years by Terra Nova Consort.
Oh, I know that one.
Did they play with them? No, that's the Wizards Consort. But there's a link that Merlin sent us, which will be in the show notes if you want to hear a more contemporary version of this traditional song. And here we go, Midwinter's Night. Oh.
Is that a crumb horn?
I think it's bagpipes.
Nah.
No, it's too easy on the ear.
Doesn't have a it doesn't have a drone.
I was thinking just that the way it's doing the trills sounds a little bagpipey to me.
It does, yeah. I think.
Well, a crumb horn is basically just the pipe part of a.
It's a bagless pipe.
Right.
I love those bagless pipes.
I know a few of those. Mostly in management.
Rich, nicely positioned in front of not bagless anything.
Yeah, bag full.
Fun bags.
Nate told me when Nate said he was going to need more of me in the picture, I was like, so more boob and less boobs.
Yes. We could only see him from the nose up.
And I also know that Scott and John are thinking to themselves, boobs.
Boobarella.
Boobs.
So she's singing it in this language, the Occitan language.
Sounds very comfortable, but I don't know how long this took.
Is that a real language or is that some comic book language?
It's like, is it a language created by Tolkien? She was gonna sing it in Klingon, but Richie refused. No, it's the official language of Catalonia.
I question her enunciation. I think I'm hearing 3 different vocal tracks in there.
It sounds great. It's a very pretty song. Like, this is something that is not necessarily like super minor key, but I really like it. It's not maypole music.
No.
Yeah, you can like hear it at a wedding or something.
Yeah, totally.
Looking in your direction, John.
I was just going to say, don't even think of it. Don't even think of requesting it.
Yeah, I really need those days off in August, so if you could suggest that would be great. Let me know before I book my flight. Yeah, it definitely sounds like, this is a traditional, whatever, Scottish song that was in our family, and we're going to play it while the bride walks down or something. It's really nice.
Yeah, it's got a really nice feel to it. I feel like it's almost like, you think about somebody just laying in the grass and there's the little things from the dandelions flying around and, just a little bit of that, maybe like a goat down the road and you're just happy having a great day outside.
Painting a beautiful picture of not a winter's night. It sounds more like what we'd be experiencing right now. But.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think that many people are that happy in wintertime unless it's Christmas.
Now you got me thinking of what traditional family song Pops is going to want at the wedding. I'm thinking, hey, what's the matter, you? Volare.
Yeah.
So the song ended.
Amore.
Oh, that was a weird ending.
Just kind of trailed off.
One, like when they have their annual Christmas party and everybody's there, I could see this being one that everybody sings together.
Yep.
Disagree. I just
If
do.
it was in English.
I don't think there you go. If there was an all English version, correct. Okay, now just the Cantonese or Catalonians.
Cantonese.
Now the Szechuan.
I'm kind of in the mood for Chinese food. What do you want?
All right, Midwinter's Night. Scott, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm going to give this one a 4. I think it's got a really warm feeling to it, and I like that. Is it one I would seek out a whole lot? Probably not necessarily, but I wouldn't turn it off if it was playing, but I wouldn't be like, I really want to hear this song right now.
All right. Rich?
It's a fair description. I don't know that I can give it a 4 based on that, though. I'd go 3.5. It's a well-executed song. She sounds great singing it. Nice playing on it. But, yeah, I would skip it. Like, if I had my phone in my hand, I would absolutely hit the next. Like, just it doesn't grab me at all.
All right, John?
I'll give this one a 3. I thought it was again like some pretty decent guitar work from Richie. Didn't seem like it was featured as much in this one. There were a couple of good things, flourishes here and there, but and honestly, it's one of those songs that like Candace's voice didn't really or the way that she was singing didn't sound like every other song. Like it was, I liked it. It was nice. She sounded good. The one thing I didn't like though, and that's why I don't really like this kind of music, is like that, whatever we were thinking, the bagless pipes, the crumb horn, whatever at the beginning, it just, stuff like that always sounds so goofy to me. It ruins the song. Like I know it's not inherently like a goofy instrument, but it's like I hear a nice acoustic guitar and then I hear and I'm like, the hell is this? Like
It's so much better. The look on his face with the audio getting cut out is so much better than actually hearing the audio.
Yeah.
You'll hear it later.
Zoom does not like the noises John makes when he's imitating instruments.
All right, but you see my face and you know what noise I'm making.
Yeah,
right?
oh yeah, I can hear it.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Because it's too broken up. It sounds more like that magical musical thing toy from the 70s instead of like a regular flowing instrument.
Yeah, it's like I don't know. It's not something that it never hits my ear right. You know, it's
It's
kind
like
of
it
like
should be like on HR Puffin stuff or something. And not.
yeah. I think it's kind of like I don't know. I think it's and it's not that there's anything wrong with it, but it's kind of like if you ever hear like traditional Chinese music or Asian music, and you just hear like, you know, and you're just like, I don't know what that is. You know, like what instrument is that? Is it like, and you know, and maybe it's because that kind of stuff has been like, and I'm not trying to be like disparaging, but it's like I think
you're not trying; it just comes naturally.
No, but I think the reason is because we hear in like especially like our generation, and you guys would probably know, like when you hear like in cartoons and TV shows, those kind of sound effects were used like comedically. So when we hear like an actual serious application of them, that's all you can hear is like this goofy, like that's the association. It's kind of unfortunate, you know, because I like to hear it and not think that, but you know, I just, you know, that's just kind of one thing that didn't really.
I wonder, like, is it like the specific attack or like the harshness of it? Because it seems like like the older the instruments, like before the piano, there was the harpsichord. How do you feel about the harpsichord?
No, well, that I like, and I don't know why. I think it's because it's a
different
used in
every horror movie ever.
Yeah, it's a different style or maybe genre of music that it's used in. I think it just depends on like how old the instrument is, what kind of genre it was used in, and like, you know, I guess a lot of times you don't hear something and then it pops up and you're just like, oh, I'm using this, you know, this you know, ancient, you know, instrument or scale or something like, or something that nobody hears typically. And it's sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. I think it's probably just a product of, you know, unfortunately, like us not, or at least to me, not being, you know, I don't know, cultured enough or diverse enough, maybe.
Yeah, makes sense. It's those instruments are a little, can be like, you know, bagpipes, sitar, like the crumb horn. It a little bit goes a long way. Like to hear it as like a highlight in one song, I don't mind. But yeah, if it was on song 6 and it was just another just straight crumb horn or straight sitar, I'd be like, okay, I can't take much more of this.
But Richie Blackmore and the magic of the crumb horn.
There goes my album, A Crumhorn Christmas.
This song sounds like it would be right at home on a Christmas album. It sounds like I really like it. I'm giving it a 3.5. I don't think I said that yet, but no. I liked it quite a bit. I thought it was a strong track.
Given that, it does have a holiday feel to it.
It does.
Crumalicious.
But I feel like that about so much of the Renaissance music that we've listened to over the, you know, the episodes that we've done. I feel like, and we haven't done the Christmas album yet, but I feel like so much of it just fits right into Christmas, probably because it's the only time I would hear that kind of music growing up.
Yep. Okay, the next track up is called All Because of You. And the blurb that, again, I am assuming Candace wrote says, remember that feeling of the love that made every moment seem like a gift? Every day seemed like a summer? You felt as if you could fly and you couldn't help but smile all of the time. That feeling is all because of you. And this song features Albert Danneman on the bagpipes. So there you go. We're going from crumb horn, bagless horn to bagful horn, Bagford horn.
And Rich has 2 bags comfortably resting on his head right now.
Oh boy, this episode's going to be banned even more countries. All right, here we go. All because of you.
Is this happening?
Oh,
This is the remix.
Yeah, this sounds like the club remix.
it does, right?
Is this DJ Morton Johansson? Morton Johansson.
Did I believe there could be such happiness? Feels like nothing on earth.
I gotta lie, I'm not hating it.
No, this is their pop hit.
Richie's just like, I still need to be a little commercial.
Yeah, exactly.
This reeks of, I told you I liked ABBA.
Yeah, right?
I was thinking ABBA when I was listening to this today, yeah. In fact, her voice would really fit in well with ABBA.
Oh, there's the bagpipes. It actually kind of works. This is a little highlight on the chorus. It would be great if there were 3 more vocalists and then Richie was doing a trade-off with the bagpipes like it was him and John Lord.
That'd be cool. What Hallmark movie is this from?
Yeah, it's the ending when they get back together.
It does feel like that.
I mean, I love all the flourishes that Richie's doing and everything, but I mean, this song just doesn't fit like with all the other stuff. Like one of these things is not like the other.
Yeah, they've had a few like that on the previous albums too. It's just like, where did this come from? But I admire it because it's like they're.
Yeah, I know they're not sticking to a cookie cutter, but I don't know.
And it's almost like the record company came in and said, "We need something we can release as a single."
Guys, I need something for the kids.
I'm pretty sure the record company's given up on these guys after the first album. We're just like, yeah, whatever.
They're like, we really need I need a radio hit from you guys. Get back in there's only 15 songs on this album. Get back in there and give me a hit.
Give me another 14 songs.
I like the vocal range on it, though.
Very short, radio friendly. But out of its
Taylor Swift shaking in her boots.
No, there's not enough reverb and delay. Sorry, Steve.
It's I mean, it's just not of it. It could have been something like radio wise. I'm talking. Of course, we're joking about that. I don't think they had any delusions that was really going to be what it was. But I could see it being something in like of a different era. Like Rich said, ABBA, and like it's. I don't know if I would have even picked up on it, but the second he said it, it was like, oh yeah, obviously this is super ABBA. And I like ABBA a lot, so I dug it.
I feel like it was the part in the Christmas movie right before the big drop where she finds out that he's been sleeping with her sister, and it turns out he really wasn't, but she's mad because she thinks that. And it's like this last moment where they're throwing snowballs at each other and decorating the tree, and like that
skating in Rockefeller Center.
Right, yeah.
I'm waiting for the Super Trooper and Super Trooper mega mix. Deep Purple Super Trooper and the ABBA Super Trooper mega mix.
That would be good. Well, we do have
Stinger.
We have
Super Trooper.
we have that's the ABBA version from Lucy. So All right. Who wants to? Rich, why don't you lay it on us? What do you think of All Because of You?
Not thinking much of it. I mean, it's okay. I just feel like it just doesn't belong. And I know they do stuff like this all the time, but I also feel the same way about those songs. They don't belong either. It's not a bad song. I mean, and if I take it in the, well, Richie loves ABBA and he was trying to do something ABBA-ish, I can kind of get past it. But I, again, would never seek it out. I would never intentionally listen to it again, probably. So I'm going to go with a 3 because I did like his guitar flourishes. 3.
Right. Scott?
I'm going to go with a 3.5. And I think this song would have been a 4 for me because I really do think it has great energy. It has a great feel to it. But there's something about it that we haven't talked about, which is the drums. I feel like they have used this beat over and over and over again. And I just feel like if they would have come up with something different that would have made this song a little more unique, and it made it feel a little cookie cutter to me. So I'm going to go with a 3.5.
All right. John?
I'll go with 3.5 as well. I kind of enjoyed the kind of, upbeat and poppy nature of it. Even though I agree with Rich is that it's kind of an oddball song for the album. But you also said that there was a bagpipe in it.
Yeah.
You see, I like the way. See, now this is the application of this was better because it didn't like stick out. It didn't sound like, you know what I mean? If you didn't tell me there was bagpipe in it, I wouldn't have known. So they used it more for like layering or as part of the overall sound, which it fit in better rather than sticking out like a sore thumb. So,
yeah, I agree. It was done really well. It was subtle. If it had just kind of taken over like a bagpipe can do. I've never had to record bagpipes, but I can't imagine EQing them and blending them into a mix is very easy because they're so harsh.
I don't think I've ever recorded bagpipes, but I've recorded enough flutes, and they certain instrument frequencies can be very challenging to just find the right EQ and find the right way to put enough of them so that they make a difference in the mix, but not so that they're like, hey, I'm playing bagpipes, or hey, I hired a bagpipe player. It's really hard to find that balance, but I think the mix in the song is really good.
Yep. All right. Did I rank this one yet? I'm going to give this one a 3.5 as well. I liked it. It had that kind of happy, triumphant feeling to it, but it was, once again, not maypole music.
It's funny you say that because I think on Winter Carols, when they do "O Come All Ye Faithful" and it kind of kicks into the rock portion of it, that also feels very much that way, and it has the exact same beat.
Oh, yeah. Oh, don't spoil our Christmas episode.
I know, spoiler alert for whatever year we do that.
All right, so the last song was All Because of You. This next song is Waiting Just for You. It shouldn't annoy me, but it always annoys me on albums when they have songs that like 2 in a row that like have very similar wordings to the... I don't know why that annoys me, but I'm just like, I don't know. It feels like you should have spread those songs apart. But Waiting Just for You, this one says, going against what others tell you for love's sake is part of living and loving. When you know it's right, advice from outside influences makes no difference, even if you have to wait for it. The main theme of this melody is taken from an 18th century song by Clark. And they're referring to Jeremiah Clark, who was... the Prince of Denmark. Oh, wait. No, I'm sorry. He wrote this song called The Prince of Denmark's March. It wasn't another one of those, yeah, right. I don't believe that this prince actually wrote it. Mr. Merlin Rota says that you're faster than the jingle. Says Jeremiah Clark, he was born lived from about 1674 to 1707, so he died kind of young. An English Baroque composer and organist, best known for his Trumpet Voluntary, a popular piece often played at wedding ceremonies or commencement ceremonies. Blackmore's Night copied the melody of the song note for note. And there's a link to what the actual song sounds like. So this is a good way. You know, there was debate about writing credits and things, and a good way to get around that is by taking songs from 300 or 400 years ago. You get to get all the recording credits at least. So here we go. This track is Waiting Just for You.
One thing I've always respected about Richie is the fact that he's just so upfront about what he's stolen or been inspired
Yes.
by. He doesn't hide that at all.
This does sound like a melody of a wedding procession.
Don't they usually use this with pomp and circumstance for like graduations and stuff?
Oh, maybe.
Possible.
No, 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 no.
Yeah, it's
I don't know.
similar.
I hear
at least.
dust in the wind. All we are is dust in the wind.
And I know Richie ended up doing pomp and circumstance with the rebooted Rainbow.
And with Deep Purple.
Did he?
I think they did like the Perfect Stranger store a bunch of times.
Yeah, it was Under the Gun.
Oh,
Yes.
right. Yeah, but I mean, he actually did the whole song.
Oh, yeah. So there's a whole thing in popular culture for the Prince of Denmark March and all the things it's been used for. Although it doesn't cite Blackmore's Night.
Well, if they keep putting it in enough things, they'll get added in.
A brief portion of the tune can be heard at the end of the 1997 song Tub Thumping. And in the coda of the Beatles, It's All Too Much.
This might be the only connection between Blackmore's Night and Chumbawamba that has ever happened in history.
You know what
And the
that
Beatles.
means? Chumbawamba episode coming up. I'll just be editing this Wikipedia entry to add in Blackmore's Night.
Put down fum fum, put down fum fum.
Oh. I feel like the drums are low in this one too, right?
Yeah, the snare's not even really cutting through.
Yeah, luckily we're not really missing anything.
There.
It reminds me, I was listening to some old recordings I had and trying to do some recordings I recorded where I mixed the drums down onto one track in mono. And it's similarly lost in the mix.
Ooh.
Yeah, that'll do
He was
it.
doing early Beatle mixes, putting everything to the left.
Yeah,
Right.
so sadly did not quite have the chops of a one George Martin, so just sounds like a big mess.
Yet.
Yeah, yeah, I did not. Yeah, any day now. With all this technology, I could maybe be about 10% as good as him. Okay, so what do we think about? Let's go with Scott first. Waiting just for you.
See, I was going to go
rating.
with Nate first.
Okay, you want to go with
You
Nate
always go
first?
last. Yeah.
I'll give it a 3. I think it's like, for what it is. It's taking something that's a like traditional music of the early 1700s at the 16th century music, perhaps 15th century, depending on when it was written, and giving it a modern twist and making it almost into like a, for lack of a better term, like a pop song. I mean, it does a great job of it. Is it 100% for me? Not necessarily, but I think it achieves what they were going for. Same complaint about the drums that we had from a previous track, but yeah, it's done. It's well done, well performed. Who wants to go next?
Johnny.
All right, I'll
What's
go
up,
next.
Scott? Johnny.
You just do not want me to rate this song.
No, so my right ear is starting to hurt. And I need to.
He needs a break.
You go over here.
I'll give it a 2.5. It was, it was fine, but that's pretty much it. I mean, it didn't really do much for me, but I didn't find it objectionable. So there you go, 2.5. Whatever.
Right.
Also known as high praise from John.
Yeah.
Not objectionable. I'm gonna go 3. It's fine. I mean, it's actually kind of nice. I love that the actual original piece of music. I've used it a million times at weddings, and it's a nice piece of classical music. But I think they actually did a nice job without, I mean, I know they used the melody, but I mean, they worked it in a way that you could hear it in there. Like, you'd certainly recognize it, but it didn't overwhelm me as being the entire song.
Yeah, and the trumpets were really nice in the background and doing their little trills and everything sounded really good.
All right, lefty, go for it. Or righty, I mean.
Well, I am not going to accomplish my goal of bringing a Blackmore's Night album to the top of the Deep Purple podcast album rankings today. I'm actually giving this one a 2.5.
Whoa!
I don't feel any energy. It feels very blasé to me. I mean, there's a couple of nice things here and there, but like I just feel like Candace is reading the words on the page. I'm not feeling this one at all.
All right.
So I hope that was worth waiting for, pushing me to the edge of. Let's have Scott go first to the end.
Bringing up the anchor leg of the rankings.
You might have skewed it otherwise.
No, yeah, right. No, not at all. I that was going to be my vote from the beginning.
Well, if you gave it a 450, you might have edged it up towards the top of the list.
We're not done yet.
No, that's true. All right, the next track up is. Let me find it here in my notes. It is
Kitty.
What? Oh,
never fails.
Kitty.
Never
Hi,
fails.
Kitty.
she loves the Deep Dark Purple podcast.
The Deep Durple.
The Deep Durple.
Deep
I call
Durple.
it.
The Dick Pimple podcast.
That's right. This one's called Praetorius Courant. It's an instrumental. And this one says, this tune is like a spring day from the 1600s. Traditional by Michael Praetorius.
Oh, okay.
And then from Merline Rota.
Hey.
I'm trying to time it with you now. We have Michael Praetorius, born as Michael Schultz, probably on 28th of September, 1571. Is a German composer, organist, and music theorist. He was one of the most versatile composers of his age, being particularly significant in the development of musical forms based on Protestant hymns. So it looks like his family name was a German, appears in various forms. Praetorius was the conventional Latinized form of this name, and Schultz means village judge or magistrate in German. And in Latin, Praetorius means the magistrate related or the rank of magistrate. So a prolific composer. His compositions show the influence of Italian composers and his younger contemporary Heinrich Schultz, a more commonly known Praetorius piece for Courant, French for, and I think something cut off there, so I apologize. But here we go.
I don't feel bad. I was following you completely up until that.
Yeah, you're like,
well, you really lost me when it got cut up.
So
We got
basically,
French, we got Italian.
Yeah, this is all over the place.
There's magistrates and magistrates and magistrates.
So this is from the 16th century here, or maybe the 17th century. I don't know, or 15th century, 14th century, or 15th century. So
it's from a long time ago.
yes, it's older than even Shades of Deep Purple. So here we go.
Chumbawamba.
It's older than Chumbawamba, if you can imagine.
But the cover art costs just as much.
Yeah, $3 million. This $3 million cover of them looking at the fire. So here we go. Praetorius. What is that? Oh,
The flute.
And
it was It was really like staccato at first.
I like that it's pretty subtle in the mix too. It's blended really nicely.
Yeah. Flying in the face of what you said about the flute earlier.
Exactly, yeah. Well, if you know how to EQ it and mix it right, it can be fantastic. Otherwise, it could just pierce your ear.
No, it's blending in nicely with the guitar.
I recorded a flute beatboxer. A beatbox while he was playing the flute.
Interesting.
I've seen
And
that.
then-
That can be good.
Yeah, he was really good. It was very interesting.
Sort of like Jethro Tull on steroids.
Yes.
You know, the flute reminds me of Scott. Is like something from one of the Karate Kid movies.
Oh yeah, absolutely. A lot of pamphlet in that movie, in the whole series.
Like in the like the
This could be a penny
soundtrack.
whistle. Does it say what kind it is, Nate?
I don't think it's tinny enough for a penny whistle.
Yeah, I don't think I.
Yeah,
It sounds like it could be a recorder, though.
Yeah, it could
like
be a
a-
recorder. Yeah, yeah.
Sounds plastic or wood.
Yeah.
Plastic. How dare you?
What do you think a recorder is?
Who the hell do you think you are asking? I'm looking in the thing here. It doesn't necessarily. Okay, so we've got Candace Knight, lead and backing vocals, penny whistle,
There
shawms.
you go.
I think the shawm is the kind of crumhorn thing we were hearing. Harp, recorder, electronic
recorder, that-
bagpipes.
I'm going to say
She plays like a MIDI bagpipe. Yeah, is there anyone else? Oh, Chris Devine is credited as violin, viola, recorder, and flute. So it's either him or Candace on the recorders.
Speaking of the Karate Kid, I saw a thing came up on my Instagram that said Ralph Macchio sold out, and then underneath it says live Karate Kid screening. Like, you really
Oh,
could've
they
done
got
that
us.
better.
They got us
Yeah,
good.
clickbait.
Yeah, because I can't imagine
believe.
Ralph Macchio selling out.
You won't believe what Ralph Macchio said about this live screening. Number 6 will shock you.
Clearly holding a Coca-Cola can in his left hand.
Number 6. I had fun. Oh, great. That's-
You know what's even? You know what I like just as much as Miyagi-Do karate for the fresh taste of Coca-Cola.
It sweeps
Okay.
my legs right out from under me.
A kick
right.
of good, great taste. Wow.
The next track,
Sugary kata.
in keeping with Miyagi-Do, is called Benzai 10.
Shouldn't we,
Did
should
you wanna
we
vote on
rate
this
that one? Or?
Oh, jeez, I'm way ahead. I got caught up. Okay, Pretorius instrumental. Rich, who should go first?
John.
John.
All right. I'll give this one 3.
All right.
Yeah, I thought it was nice. I thought it felt very whimsical.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I liked it. It wasn't like I kind of like when Richie does like the really leans into the solo kind of moody technical type of guitar stuff that you listen to and you're just like, yeah, that's it. And you get all into it. This was more, him and the whatever wind instrument was being played. Kind of just did this kind of whimsical, upbeat little ditty. Sounded sounded nice. It's like I said, nothing wrong with it, but didn't have like that kind of classic Richie emotion that I love in like instrumental from him. But I thought it was pretty good.
Did you say Diddy?
Yeah.
Slowly I turn, step by step, inch by inch.
Is that the Niagara Falls of the?
Yeah, because I haven't heard that term Diddy in a while. It's
Oh,
not like I
geez.
received it or anything.
Oh, bag it, Rich.
No, his whole house has been turned upside down. He must have found it somewhere. He's just holding it on out of spite now.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with John. I'm going to go 3.5, actually, surprisingly.
All right.
It is a sweet little ditty. But what I honestly, through the whole thing, I'm like, please don't sing. Please don't sing. Please don't sing.
Yeah.
Because I think I would have given it a 2 if she had sang. And it's not because I don't like her voice, because I do. I just think it would have sounded goofy or like, you know,
Yeah.
a little too silly, but with just the recorder and the guitar, it kind of worked for me. So 3.5.
Yeah, I agree. I think it would have been hard to kind of shoehorn vocals onto that one.
I think
Scott?
you said before we started the song it was an instrumental, didn't you?
I did.
Yeah.
Well, that's. I love that you think I'm actually paying attention, Nate.
Well, there's that.
He said it.
And admittedly, you said you weren't really following.
He also said he's going to send me a ditty bag. That didn't happen either, did it?
I'm gonna go 4 on this one. I think it's
All right.
really fun. It's festive without being like thrown in your face festive. It reminds me of just kind of like sitting out in the grass and just thinking about, you know, the kids playing in the grass. Maybe they find a little caterpillar or something. Like, it just took me on this nice little journey. It was fun and lighthearted, and I definitely liked it. But I found something kind of interesting in the description, in that they equate, and I've started doing this too, they equate so much of it to what season it is. You know, it's springtime, it's wintertime. Like, so much of this has been equated to the weather. And I think about when these songs that they're coming from were written, and yeah, they really didn't have much. They're like, the pigs are okay, the cows are all right, it's cold, it's hot, it's sunny, it's raining. Like, they really didn't have a lot in the way of description. So, like, whatever the season was probably a big part of their inspiration.
Fun. Candace is very in tune with the seasons. As if you look at, even just looking at the song names and album titles over the year, it's very much, there's moons, there's seasons, there's, which, you know, does fit in with the theme and with what they're trying to do. Like you said, that would have been very common subject matter of music of that time.
Right.
All right. So I will give it a 3.5 as well. I liked it a lot. Very, you know, it was under 2 minutes. It was very, you know, quick and to the point. And I thought it worked really well. I think if they had extended it another minute and a half, I would have said, okay, I get it. But it's very pleasant. It really it captures the mood that I imagine they were going for with this album.
Yeah, I think with a song like this, if it can easily wear out its welcome. You know, like, get in, do the thing, make it a little interesting, and get out before it gets to be like, okay, I've heard enough of this.
Yep. The next track up is called Benzai 10. It's related to Japanese folklore, and I just happen to have some Japanese sumo citrus with me right here that I've been staring at the whole episode and smelling. It smells delicious, so maybe I'll crack it open for this episode. The blurb for this one is, in Japanese folklore, there's a story of the 7 gods of good fortune. Benzai 10 is the only goddess in this group of deities. Legend has it that she is the daughter of a dragon and that she married a dragon king to stop him from eating humans. Her story spans the ages of the 11th century through the 16th century. It is said she is the goddess of music, marriage, happiness, wealth, and love. She plays an instrument called the biwa, which is a type of Japanese lute, and that she lives in the bottom of Lake Biwa by the medieval city of Kyoto.
Uh-oh.
I don't think that's true.
That she lives down there?
That any of that.
She plays a biwa.
Well, yeah, it's a folklore.
Like, oh, Scott's like, that's bullshit.
I'm calling bullshit on this Japanese folklore. I don't think she's really the daughter of a dragon. I don't think she'd be able to get good sound from her biwa at the bottom of a lake either.
She'd need it to breathe.
So,
sticking out of the top of the lake.
We have some notes here from Merline Rota.
Hey,
nice.
Rich, you got to come in next time. He says Japan, 14th century anonymous. So we don't know who wrote this. Benzai Benten is an Asian Buddhist goddess. He tells kind of the same story that she told. Puts a link to some traditional Japanese recordings of this. And so here we go. Let's take a listen. Whoa.
So, yeah, definitely.
They're pulling out all the stops in case you weren't sure.
See earlier Bugs Bunny photo.
Yes.
If you're a keyboard or piano player, just play all the black keys and none of the white keys, and you will get this feeling.
Yes, exactly. Straight pentatonic. It's interesting because you think of Blackmore's Night as being more European medieval, not necessarily Japanese medieval.
Yeah, that opening was a bit of a turn.
But, thinking about it, traditional Japanese music is not all that different in style from Renaissance music. It's a lot of wind instruments. It has a lot of the same similar flow. It's just different sounds.
And also kind of those stringed instruments having like a harshness to them as well.
Maybe more melodic percussion. Backing vocals are really nice.
That boom crash sound in the background, makes me think of blowing my brains out listening to this.
Welcome to the Not for Children podcast.
Pretty sure I set that tone with the picture. Just think about the Archie bunker, where he's like, well, Edith is talking.
Yeah. So it looks like this Benzaitan goddess has 8 arms. And she's holding a noose, so it's pretty,
So she's a hanging tree.
It could be.
Doesn't Vishnu have 8 arms?
I think so.
I believe so, yeah.
And people say we weren't visited by aliens.
Well, how many fingers did they have?
Depends if AI made it or not.
We're visited by octopi.
Or JI. Then they had 8 tiny little alligator arms.
No comment.
I don't know how it's coming through on the recording, but I have heard the music cutting out here and there.
Yeah, repeatedly.
What's cutting out?
The music.
Completely.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, apologies for that. Sounded okay on my end until I almost choked to death on the sumo.
Oh, now there's a clip that needs to be taken out.
So I'll let somebody go first.
I'll go first
He's
this time.
choking on a sumo.
I like this because it feels traditional, but also a little bit modernized at the same time. I think it's a really nice blend of being respectful to that culture and of music, and also just having a fresh take on it. I'm going to go 4.5 on that, believe it or not.
Oh,
All right. We love to see it, folks. All right. Rich?
me no likey. Didn't care for it. I don't know. I mean, it's fine. It's executed fine. It's not that it's a bad song. It's not, it just is what it is. But the dredge, that pace, that drone, it's not even a drone, just bleh, bleh. I don't know. Was not working for me at all. Bleh. Was not working for me at all. See, I like that better. But again, it's not that it's a bad song. So I got to go 2.5. Just It's just.
Oops, sorry. that one was an accident.
Hey,
I'm
I'm choking on a sumo, so I'm going to jam more of it in my mouth before I have to talk.
Exactly.
The only difference between live and Memorex is that reverb.
All right, John.
I'm gonna give this a 2. I kind of agree with Rich on this one. It's not bad. It's just I don't think it was exceptional or me no likey. You know, it was just didn't really do anything for me.
Okay.
Nate.
And I will go with a 3. So I'm somewhere in the middle there, but I thought it was well done. I could see where it may seem a bit repetitive. It was only 3.5 minutes long, so it wasn't really if it had gone on for another verse, I might have said, okay, it's a little too much. But I thought it was nice and pleasant, and like Scott mentioned, just kind of a paying service to this song from a different culture. I think in a very appropriate way, from what I understand of it. It's a nice song, but not going to be the top one on the album for me. Which brings us to our next track. There is a 17th bonus track, but I don't know. Well, actually, I've got 2 bonus tracks listed here, so I'm confused. But anyway,
bonus tracks.
What's that?
We need more bonus tracks. We need to get up to 19 for this album.
16 tracks is not enough. I'm gonna have to just make double sure that I'm not playing the wrong ones here. But the this track listed in the European release is called "Village on the Sand." And the blurb is inspired by a night spent at Jamaica Inn on Bodmin Moor, England, about the love that changed the life, wait for it, of a pirate.
Arr.
You guys like my Mickey Mouse ears?
Oh, brother. Ooh, a little flute bend there. Sounds like why am I drawing a blank at the name of the Ooh.
I'm always waiting for her to say Christmas Day on that second line.
Oh, Dropkick Murphys. That's what it sounded like at first at the beginning.
I was going to say, God bless ye merry gentlemen.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
It is,
Ooh.
yeah.
Flute is very Ian Anderson on this one.
I was actually asking. I know he plays on a couple of their albums. I didn't know if that was one of them.
Yeah, I think it was either the last one or the Violet Moon or Shadow of the Moon he was on. I think Shadow.
Also, if you insert the lyrics to Gilligan's Island into this song, they work perfectly.
With Gilligan's Island, A Christmas Song.
Which also works with O Rest Ye Merry Gentlemen.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
A very non-traditional Ritchie guitar tone.
Yeah,
kind of crunchy.
Not stratish and not acoustic-ish. It almost sounds like he's using like a double humbucker guitar going back to the SV35 or something.
I'm gonna send you guys a link to the inn that she referenced in this song. This looks like the kind of place that they would hang out in for sure.
That acoustic guitar in the background sounds really good too. He's strumming it pretty harshly.
Yeah, it's a great dynamic with the acoustic guitar and the electric leads.
Yeah, I'm liking that. So there's a girl about halfway down the website that'd be perfect for Rich.
Why, she's breathing?
No, she did well on your background art.
Oh boy. Oh Jesus.
Like that.
Okay.
Have you seen the octave pedal?
It
Yeah,
sounded
it was
like it,
definitely-
yeah.
It sounded
that was
like it, yeah.
Very medieval.
Yeah. Very
Yeah, it's the
gentleman.
traditional octave pedal.
There's a guy on the website that looks like, I thought he was wearing a McDonald's uniform, but I guess that's just the it was a yellow M logo.
I did hear the fries are really good there. The old potato sticks, as they call them. See, and being that I work in the mortgage industry, all I'm thinking about is that there would be so many foundation issues if you tried to build a village on the sand. You'd never pass appraisal. No one would ever get qualified.
No one would
to
ever
get a
insure you.
loan. Right, exactly.
Ooh. Getting some really good Richie falling down the stairs kind of solo intros. I love it.
Put a little stank on that too.
You know what it reminds me of, though, is just kind of like how in his later years, Ace Frehley would, he had a lot of great, like memorable solos of the heyday of his career, and then later on, he just kind of did like Ace's greatest hits, his little bag of tricks, and that's kind of what this sounded like to me. Is like it was Richie just kind of doing Richie's greatest hits with not a lot of like oomph behind it. I mean, some of the stuff that he's done is like, all right, that's very Richie, but this sounded like him trying to be Richie, you know what I mean?
Like just throwing in some of the more standard licks that he would do.
Yeah. Yeah, just kind of like he just showed up and he's like, all right, let me just bang this out. I'm not feeling it today. Like, it was all right.
He does like that certain section on the high E string, doesn't he? Because he goes to that a lot.
Yeah. Which is cool, but it's like I said, in this song it sounded a little I don't know, the vibe was a little phoned in. That's how I felt.
All right. Okay. So who wants to well, since you've stated all that, what are you going to rank this one?
All right, so which one? This one, Village on the Sand, right?
Yep.
All right. I give it 2.5.
All right.
It was like middle of the road, you know what I mean? It's like it had some good stuff in it. Like, I mean, I agree with, I think Rich said it didn't sound like a really Richie guitar tone, there was some, it was a little heavier. There was some kind of different stuff in there. It was, kind of chugged along a little bit, but it was like, I feel like it was kind of, I don't know, it was trying to be something, but it kind of missed the mark a little bit.
All right.
Sounded a little low energy. I don't know.
Scott, what do you think?
Go with 3.5 on this one. I feel like it was just shy of being where it could have been. I don't know if maybe 5 or so BPM would have made the difference, but it felt like it was trying to have some drive, but just wasn't getting there for me. And maybe it was kind of the nonchalant na 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 na. Just was like, I have to sing this because it's the line, and not like I'm feeling this. We're in the moment or whatever. Just didn't quite hit for me, but I feel like it could have, with some maybe minor adjustments.
All right, Rich.
Yeah, I actually agree with that. I'm going to go 3.5 because even though it wasn't, I mean, there were parts where it was exactly his guitar tone, but I felt there were some different guitar tones there. I kind of enjoyed it, and I liked the octave solo, even though it was, like you said, kind of cheesy, obvious Richie. I still liked it. but also, Scott, I agree with you on that na part. I mean, it actually works. It is kind of sing along kind of material, but they needed to put a little more heart into it, or maybe just have different people singing it with her or something. Maybe honestly a little off key. It wasn't off key, but maybe someone singing it slightly off key or slightly to make it sound more like, we're all out drinking and na 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 na. But it is what it is, and it's a 3.5.
I will agree with you three, or us three. I will give it a 3.5 as well. I liked the na 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 quite a bit. I can see what you're saying. Like if there was like more of like a gang vocal there or something. Could have been a little bit more. Could have just stood out a little bit more. But
or if they had thrown like a choo choo and a choo and a choo.
Yeah, actually, if they would have done a nice build on that throughout the song and added maybe like a baritone male vocal, a couple of repeats in or something, and just kind of livened it up a little bit, made it sound like it was growing or something, I think would have worked too. But it just fell a little flat for me.
All right. Well, here we are, folks, on to the last track on the album. This one, sorry. If we don't include the Japanese bonus track, that is. And this one is called Again Someday. And it just simply says, for those who have left us.
Nice delay. Was that it?
Be funny if it was.
It'd be like a song on an SOD album. They're doing a good job of filling in the sound area, right? You've got a lot of reverb on the vocals, a little bit of delay on the guitar and the vocals, and so it gives it a pretty good sound for only having minimal sound sources.
Yeah. The melody though just reminded me of "Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas." I couldn't stop.
I was going to say it's another Christmas song. Yeah.
Every time she did that, bum 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 bum.
It does feel a little kumbaya,
Yeah, it's another one that sounds like it'd be on, well, mostly because of its similarity to Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas, but it sounds like it could be on a holiday album. But
yeah,
who would like to go first with the final song on the album?
Oh, I'll go. Shockingly, I kind of like that one. I'm going to give it a 4.
All right.
I'll be honest, I don't even remember ever hearing it before. I'm sure I just skipped by it a bunch of times, but it was nice and short and to the point. I couldn't help but thinking about John Lord. I mean, I know he did Carry On for John Lord, but couldn't help feeling like that, maybe, to some of the other fallen people along the way. But I just thought it worked, just having the guitar and the voice. And like you said, Scott, just enough effect on it to fill the space. And you didn't really need anything else except that guitar and her. So 4.
All right. Scott?
I'll go next. I'll give it a 3.5. I'm trying not to judge. I'm trying to look at the song as the song itself, and I think it's fine. I don't think this is a good last song for the album. I think they should have ended it on a more upbeat note, something a little bit maybe have like a long fade and a party feel to it that makes me want to go back to song number 1, when I hear this is the end, I feel like, okay, I'm done. I can move on to something else. It doesn't make me even want to listen to another Blackmore's Night album right now. It makes me go, I need something that's got some high energy to it. So I don't like the placement of it on the album, but I do think it's a pretty nice song and very beautifully done.
I feel the other way. I feel like it gave nice closure. Just kind of ends it out, and sort of like Soldier of Fortune does.
I could see that.
All right, John.
I'll give it a 3. Yeah, I don't have anything to add. I mean, it's like, it's just it was kind of
3 turkey legs, or just 3, or
it was an ending.
There you go.
It was okay.
All right. I'll give it a 3 as well. 3 turkey legs from me. Yeah,
3 boobs.
I mean, it's a nice. It's a Total Recall 3 boobs.
they have to be in sets.
I would say, yeah, it's a very pretty song to end the album. It's nice. I did like it as the ending of the album. I think the Soldier of Fortune reference that Rich made that fits it, and yeah, good way to close things out. And before we close things out, we are going to thank our core level patrons. At the $6.99, the nice price tier, we have Spike the Rock Cat's Ghost and Sugar Tea. At the episode $6.66 tier, we have Steve Coldwell,
One of my favorite people on the planet.
Arthur Smith,
Getting support from the patron Arthur Smith.
and Charles Meadows. At the $6.65 Almost Evil tier, Kenny Wymore, Richie Sucksmith, and Sarah Jane.
My Sarah Jane.
At the 70 Norwegian kroner tier, we have Kai Runa, Yes, I'm Norwegian Olsen. And Kai was nice enough, after I mentioned on one of the last episodes that I was unsure if I was ever pronouncing his name right. He wrote me back and said I was pronouncing it perfectly, and went into this whole thing about how Norwegians sometimes roll their R's like that and sometimes don't. So I'm learning. I think I'm learning Norwegian. I'm feeling very confident that I could visit and speak to everybody in Norwegian now. At the $5.99, the nice price tier, we have Adrian Hernandez.
Hernandez error.
Hey, who the hell are you?
And Scalloped Strat Matt. Previously referenced at the 60 kroner Scandinavian Nights tier, DJ Newt Morton Johansson. All right, guys, say it with me. At the €5.50 tier, we have Merline Rota.
Hey!
I'll line those up and post. At the $5 money lender tier, John Convery, German Heindel, Jesper Alman, Alexi the Perfect Stranger, Slepikoff, Kev Roberts, Scott Zern, Cynthia Doobie, Raf Calf,
My Czechoslovakian is not so good.
Coyote Bongwater, John Maselli,
Looking for something?
Yeah, a man.
Okay.
Okay.
Sarah Sanders,
No, Kelly Clarkson!
Jelly Bean, Evan Robeson, Purple, Swede,
Sweet, 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 sweet.
Ralphie Lee,
And I'm not a rich man, and I'm not your friend, Rich, either.
and Joe Dopefish Sigler. Thank you to all of you for your generous support of the Deep Purple podcast.
Is Scallop Strat Matt new, or is that a new name?
No, he's been on the scene for a bit.
Like a little newer, right?
I think we called him Matt for like a couple episodes, and then he requested Scalloped Strat Matt. So I want to see Matt's Scalloped Strat.
I feel like we used to have a guy we worked with called Little Fat Matt with the crooked hat. So it all kind of works together now. I don't know if he's so, but we could always do scallop strat Matt with the crooked hat.
With the crooked I can't speak about his hat. I don't know. So send us a picture of your hat and your strat, and we will rank them on the next episode.
That's cool. Does he actually have these scallop strat?
That's what I'm assuming. So I have still yet to play a scalloped strat or scalloped fret anything really. So
I have it. It's far more difficult than you would imagine. You have to use a very light touch.
I've heard it. I've heard that. Yeah, if you're using your normal touch, you're bending the notes, and
I've just kept jamming my finger right under the strings.
Just kidding. Hey, I'm all caught on trying to shake the guitar off your hand.
Get it off. Get it off.
Do have a few little quick reviews. All Music give this album 5 stars. I'm sorry, 4 stars. 4 stars out of 5.
Oh. Okay.
Out of 50.
Sputnik Music gives it a 4.0 excellent rating as well. So I'll put a link to those reviews in the show notes. The Deep Purple Appreciation Society released this in Darker Than Blue, says it's now 5 years since Blackmore embarked on his current musical direction, attempting to forge some sort of medieval-inspired pop rock fusion and get away from the hard rock he'd publicly stated was now too boring for him to want to play, whatever that means. It was a typically dramatic move by the man, and whatever one thinks of the result, you can't argue that he's better off doing something he actually enjoys. And let's face it, the last Rainbow album was so contrived, anything had to be preferable. So he goes through kind of the background of the last 2 albums, gets into some of the songs on this one. He closes it with, there are a few quite disciplined solo acoustic pieces interspersed throughout the CD. Fare Thee Well is the first, and if that's your cup of tea, then you'll find it engrossing. The album title track is a biggie, over 7 minutes worth. Another atmospheric opening passage before Candace jumps in, sounding exactly like she does on every other number. It's all humming along, complete with a few bars of up-tempo bagpiping, and you're starting to lose it until at 4 minutes and 15 seconds, index it now, Blackmore just suddenly opens up the Strat and blazes away. Almost a minute and a half of blistering guitar that just blows away the last 5 years in an instant. As the rest of the musicians return, the whole thing with Candace buried in the mix a little, storms along with a hint of what Blackmore could really achieve if he had the desire and vision to push this to the limit. Revel in it. After that, nothing else comes close.
God, how does he rank that as a 4 then?
That's not ranked as a 4. That was the previous one. That was.
Oh.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound like he's very hot on this album. He's like 4 stars.
No, and I'm assuming this isn't attributed, so I'm assuming this is Simon Robinson doing the review, and he's pretty down on Blackmore once he leaves Deep Purple. He kind of gets to this point, so you're not going to hear him say a ton of complimentary things. I think this music wasn't his cup of tea, and he enjoys it when he opens up the Strat and does a rock solo. So there's a few more that I'll put in the show notes that Merline Rota
Hey.
sent.
Oh boy, we really biffed that one.
That wasn't even close.
I'm just
so much post-production work.
Yeah, so much I'm going to have to actually not do. So, yeah.
Well, if you do nothing else, do the Super Trooper mashup.
Super Trooper. Yeah, that would be pretty good.
So, Nate, just let me know when you're done with the reviews.
I guess I'm done with the reviews.
Oh, okay. It's not showing a rating in the spreadsheet.
Oh, I forgot about that part.
That sounds like fumbling.
Yeah, there's going to be some fumbling involved.
Well, Nate's fumbling. I'm not.
Well, while you're fixing that, I realized something. I talked in the last episode about how
there we go.
There's a lot of just like repeat in the feel of these songs, in the verses, and the way that they're sung. Like it's like, here's how this line goes. The first line of every verse will go like this. The second line of every verse will go like this. But the more I thought about it, in really relating it more to Christmas music, for when I've done Christmas covers, that's just how music was written back then. So if they're using that to, feel what they're doing currently, then and they don't want to modernize that part of it, then of course it's all going to sound like that. I mean, that actually does make sense. It just gets like, okay, but you could do something more with that. You don't have to be so stuck on tradition.
Right. And the reason, obviously, that it was done that way, I'm sure, was because there was no recorded music. So in order for you to learn a melody of a song, more repetition made it easier to remember the song and repeat the song as is.
Yeah, that's a very good point. So I'm going to send Richie and Candace a Porta O2 4-track and some Kmart cassettes, and let them have a way to record.
I think this is why, like, I love, I love Jesus Christ. Well, we all love Jesus Christ Superstar on this group here, but why a lot of musical theater really is cold to me is just because the voices, I mean, the singers are incredible, but it's often fits that very, like, you've got somebody with an absolutely perfect voice, but they sing it so perfectly and generally don't deviate from anything. And I think that's what made Jesus Christ Superstar stick out, is that you've got a musical that both the music is being played by rock musicians and the vocals are being sung by rock singers, and it makes it something new and fresh rather than I've seen productions of I went to go see Jesus Christ Superstar one time, and Carl Anderson was sick. It was probably one of it towards the end. He was not doing well, and they had somebody else come out and be Judas, and it was like, and it was, the guy was a great singer, like there was no doubt about it, but it was just too perfect and too polished. They have that really polished, training to their voice, and it just didn't do it for me.
Even when they did that John Legend live version there on TV, I mean, it was fine. It was good. There were good parts of it, but too smooth, too perfect, like you said. But then Alice came out. Alice Cooper comes out and does his thing, and it's like, all right, that worked. That was really good.
Yep. Oh yeah, I forgot that Alice Cooper was in it. He didn't bring the toothbrush though.
Shame.
All right, so let's thank our final group of patrons, and then we'll go right into the rankings here. So at our foundation level, at the £3.50 tier, we have none other than Lord Longford. At the £3 aromatic feed tier, Simon Ford. At the €3.50 tier, Weston Supermare Pilgrim. At the 293 pence tier, we have
Blackmore tights.
At the €2.50 Too Many Tears tier, we have Soldier of Fortune.
Too many tears.
At the $3.33 Halfway to Evil tier, Stephen Sharp. At the $3 Nobody's Perfect tier, we have Peter Gardeau. Ian DeRosier. Mark Roback. Stuart McCord. Ivan Fjellbu. Runar Simonsen. Ruinous Inadequacies, Corey Morissette. Ashley. Adam Cork, Tim Wood, Steve Down to Earth Kohler.
Make your love.
Michael, Matt in Vegas, Jesus Christ Superstar, Eddie Lyon.
Homosexual.
And at the 19.31 Cold Hard Danish Kroner tier, we have Karsten Lau.
Cold Hard Danish Kroner.
Then at the $1 made up name tier, we have the Midwinter's Ooze. Leaky Mausoleum.
Oh boy.
I know, that's gross. Steven Somerville, Concerto 1999 Fanatic, Hank the Tank, Private Eyes, Ashen Lionels, Whopper the Electric Alchemist, Anders Engstrom, ICDC, Durple Purple, who was already previously mentioned accidentally, David Haddam, Graham Bonnet's Disco Pants and Haircuts.
I said, Graham, our audience expects you to be a bit more dirty.
Disco pants and haircuts, yeah.
I'm just going to put my guitar across his head.
And Sick Tone.
Where is she? Where is she?
Just about to close up the library.
Thank you so much to everybody for your generous support. And with that, it's time to bust out the spreadsheet.
We're just busting it down, the spreadsheet. And he's fumbling with the tabs. Oops, he sorted it the wrong way. Now he can't tell what is bad.
All right, John, where does Blackmore's Night Fires at Midnight land in our overall album rankings?
All right, let me see. So it's a 6.09. So it's a 86th percentile. Still learning what that means. So let me see. So that's it was ranked the lowest by me. Shocker.
Unbelievable. You should have. I know I'm already sitting down, but
but it was
and more lies.
There's a sandwich between for ratings the Book of Taliesin and Magic.
Oh,
I kind of like Magic. I'm surprised it was.
Yeah, well, Magic was a little higher. Taliesin was lower.
Yeah, if that
helps.
Didn't rank Magic too highly.
No, you didn't.
Well.
No, and I don't have let's see. I can't see our guest ratings here either.
Oh, that's because they're not there. Let me
Nate.
I know. Here we go. Fires at Midnight. Boom. There we go.
There we go. Let's see. So where's our
ranked
definitely
pretty close to Under a Violet Moon, just a little lower.
Yeah, I definitely ranked it the lowest. But yeah, our combined was 13.16. So
you were the lowest. Then who? Then what, Nate or me?
Let me see.
It went
Nate,
in
your
order.
name is blocking things here. Move your name. Get
My
out of
name?
there.
I don't have my name anywhere.
Yeah, it is. There you go.
Are you doing this on your phone?
Yes, as always.
He's trying to look at like a spreadsheet with like 26 columns on his phone, and I'm the one who's in the way.
Well, if you put your cursor on it, it covers half his screen.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't get it. I don't know who guest 1 and guest 2 is. It doesn't say on this screen.
Obviously, I'm guest 1. Like, really, dude? Come on.
He is guest 1.
All right, so 3.31 was 3.75 was
Scott.
I don't know, Scott. And then Rich 3.31, Nate 3.28, and then me 2.81. So
when John, Nate, Rich, Scott.
Probably
Scott being the highest.
My lowest ranking for a Blackmore's Night album, though, I would imagine.
Yeah, you gave Under Violet Moon, it looks like 3.94.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And you gave Shadow of Moon a little lower.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
I felt like I was ranking lower on this one for some reason.
I felt like you were too.
A couple of
yeah, we gave 5 and a 4.5. You gave a 4.5 to a song that was 3 or 2. So
yeah, you were wrong, Scott.
Yeah, you're way wrong on that one.
Yeah.
So.
Wait till we do Winter Carols.
Oh man, it's gonna be 5s. It's gonna though
I'm not even
Scott,
sure.
It's gonna push it up above Diary of a Madman.
I'll be honest. I'm not even sure I've really listened to that album, but I have a feeling I'll be kind to it because hopefully it'll be the Christmas season, and I will cut it. I'll give it a lot of grace for being Christmas music.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I mean, depends on how good the Christmas covers are, but I feel like Blackmore's Night lends itself to recording a halfway decent Christmas album, huh?
Yeah, it's good. Just some of the choices were a little cheesy. Like, I don't know that if I'm Blackmore's Night, that they should have done. Grandma got run over by a reindeer.
They did not.
They did. With a crumb horn.
With a crumb horn and a harpsichord.
Oh my God.
Dear Chat GPT.
We could rank it alongside like the Arrogant Worms Christmas album.
Or we could do the Glenn Hughes and Blackmore's Night Smackdown. Christmas Smackdown.
Oh God. Holy
It'd be a 9-part episode, but
yeah.
I know who wins for cover art.
You could just superimpose Glenn onto that winter scene in the front, like standing in front of the door.
Or just have him with like leaning into the side with his hands like this, you know. Oh boy. Well, guys, thank you once again for joining us for another Blackmore's Night album. This was a lot of fun.
Thanks for having me.
We'll see you around this time next year for the next album in the lineup.
Mark safe for another year.
Scott,
no, John, you're not, because I made a suggestion to Nate for an upcoming episode. I hope he takes me up on, which will make you not happy as well.
Yes.
So this is what we're doing now. We're trying to make me unhappy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, not now.
We're gonna fall a little behind though, so I suggest we start doing at least 2 Blackmore's Night albums a month until we catch up.
Right. Good plan.
A month.
You heard me. All right, folks. Well, thank you, and thank you to Scott and Rich for joining us once again.
Yes.
And we'll be back at you next week with another episode.
Peace out.
If you like the Deep Purple podcast and would like to support the show, please consider joining our Patreon or donating on PayPal. Patrons get full access to the podcast, Discord server, ratings, spreadsheets, and live stream invites. You can also leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts to help new people discover the show. You can follow the show on Blue Sky, Facebook, Instagram, or Threads. You can also check out the website at deeppurplepodcast.com for show notes and more. Contact us via email at John or Nate at deeppurplepodcast.com. Thanks for listening.